Hey, so what seems to be the parallel between studying and working out?
So for me, I would say that the similarities between studying and working out is that you're solidifying a habit. And I would say that with the working out, you're putting in repetitions every single day. You're showing up someplace every day. You're putting in your workout every day. You're building your strength up every day. And I was specifically correlated to calisthenics because with calisthenics, you're like building up a lot of fundamentals. So you're building a foundation. And once you get that foundation of fundamentals built, then you can start getting into territories of doing advanced movements or, achieving certain feats of strength that other people might think is, amazing. And when it comes down to studying, it's similar because when you first start off studying a subject, you're basically just trying to build up the fundamentals. You're trying to get the basic information. You could look at it as, the first few chapters of a book. And then once you start getting into the nuts and bolts of it and start getting into the more detailed aspects of whatever field that you're studying or whatever subject that you're studying, people tend to look at you as an expert or somebody who's well versed on the subject. So that's kind of the correlation that I see with it.
Yeah, and I think too, one of the biggest things I've noticed is not questioning the process. I think with fitness, it's like whenever you do one workout and you show up the next day and you don't hit a PR, to actually get good at fitness, you have to keep showing up, keep planting those seeds. And it's the same thing with studying. A lot of times you might study for 2 hours and then the next day you forget what you learned. And then that piece of information might pop up maybe 3 or 5 days later and you actually remember it. So to me, it's about trusting the process and you just keep on showing up every day, adding in that habit and kind of letting the progress come and you do your part, which is just showing up. That's what I've seen.
And another thing I'll say about like studying or, trying to obtain a certain level of knowledge in a field or space and the correlation between fitness is that you can't really half-ass it. Like you can't show up 2 days a week and study and think that you're gonna become some scholarly person in whatever field it is. And with fitness or calisthenics or running or, strength training or athletic performance, you can't show up 2 days a week, 3 days a week, even 4 days a week and really think that you're gonna get to this ultra high level. That's the reason why me and James are always harping on the 7 days per week method of training and that 7 days per week mindset. And it's not even necessarily on quote unquote results because, results come and go. You might feel super strong one day, you might feel a little weaker this day. It's really about solidifying that habit. And those habits are what build up your character in whatever aspect of life that you're talking about. When it comes down to relationships, whatever your habits are in your relationship is what your character is as a boyfriend, as a husband, as a girlfriend, as a wife, whatever it may be. Your habits that you have as an athlete are basically something that crystallizes your character as an athlete. Same thing with somebody in school, same thing with any field that you might be in. And whatever your habits are is basically what you are.